everybody, this is Kathy with Fire Mud Studios. We're going to be adding that handle to the cup we just trimmed. So I've got my handles that I made the day before yesterday, nice and safe in a container. Your handles will last in a container that's covered for about a week as long as you monitor them. So I've already shaped them, cut them a little longer than we need to, but we shaped them with a PVC pipe with a hole drilled into it, attached with zip ties to a container. So now it doesn't move, it doesn't roll around. So as we're extruding our handles, we can shape them, slide them off, and put them in a container so we can use them in the future. Now I made a lot of them because I've got a lot of mugs that I have to put handles on. These are going to be C-shaped handles, so they're going to attach right about here. And each one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to look at our handle in relationship to our mug. This is going to be way too large for this mug, so I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to use the side of my needle tool. This one is a needle tool on one end and then a scoring tool on the other. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's a ZM tool. I'll go ahead and put the name down in the description below. I'm going to give it a little cut here. And then I'm going to hold it to the piece. Still a little bit long on the top, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a trim at the top as well. Now that's appropriate for that size mug. So I'm going to score both ends of this, both directions, creating a hash mark. And then I'm going to grab some slip. I'm going to use my finger. Put a little bit here on both sides. And what I like to do is do a mock placement. That way when I score the same spots, the corresponding spots for the upper and lower part of the handle, I'll know exactly where to mark. Just give it a little wiggle. Put a little bit of slip there. And now I know exactly where I need to score on both sides. Firmly push it down, and then I'm going to blend all this in. Adding slip as needed. We can always go back after it's bone dry and burnish it with a filing tool to make it a little bit cleaner. We're going to go in. Stuff as much slip as you think you need in there. We're using Laguna Speckled Buff clay, firing mid-range cone 5/6. This is one of my favorite clays. It's easy to work with. It fires beautifully when it grows up. A little bit of blending, a little bit more. Now the last thing we're going to do before we go put it on the drying rack is we're going to drape some plastic over this handle because the handle will dry a lot faster than the mug. So we want to slow this part down and let this dry, and then in a day or so we take off that plastic.